There's one more spot in the MAAC championship up for grabs. The Marist Red Foxes in their home pool, facing longtime rival Iona here on ESPN+. Greetings from inside McCann Natatorium. I'm Jeff Brault alongside Shannon Ventry. Shannon, Wagner awaits the winner of what we expect to be a closely contested semifinal.
If the regular season was any indication of how it's going to go today, we're in for a treat. These two teams met on back-to-back dates just 2 weeks ago. Marist pulling away with both. The first, a tightly contested 10-9 victory at neutral pool Siena before winning 13-9 the next day at home. Expect Iona's Coach Kelly to make some adjustments heading into this game, though. He was very happy with how the team executed yesterday, and let's see if they can do it again and upset host and top-seeded Marist.
It was the Gales upperclassmen that led the way in the opening round. Fifth-year Mia Tovar, their captain, netted 3 goals. Yeah,
Mia Tovar is someone who encompasses that grind mentality. She's not typically a huge goal scorer, but tends to show up huge when it matters most, like recording that hat trick in yesterday's opening round victory.
This year, Marist center Ella Baumgarten has been demanding the ball at the 2-meter line, and it's led to her best season yet.
Yes, all MAAC first teamer Ella Baumgarten, such an incredible presence and threat from that center position. She's smart and makes tremendous split-second decisions, whether it's on shot selection or when to dish it out.
Lily Morris between the pipes for Iona, the second-year starter who went to New Rochelle as a field player, getting more and more confident in goal. Across the way, it's Inez Sanchez. The Marist sophomore from Barcelona, Spain, plays her best in big games. Let's meet our coaches for Iona. It's Brian Kelly, the Dean of the MAAC, 29th year leading the Gales, opposed by one of his former players. Yes, Marist Chris Vidal played for Brian Kelly at the Iona men's program, now matches up against his friend. Neither relishes the matchup, but that's what we've got here in this MAAC semifinal. The opening sprint is next. Back poolside in Poughkeepsie. Let's meet the starters for the Iona Gales in light caps accented in maroon. We mentioned Mia Tovar at the top. She's joined in the field by Amelia Gonzalez, Bella Adams, Lola Trujillo, Sadie Salas, and Kaya Hart. The Marist Red Foxes wear dark caps trimmed in white. Paige Nagel, Liana Hunt, Ella Baumgarten, Rachel Dean, Kendall DeBeer, and Shanae Carrington all get the start. Second semifinal underway. Lola Trujillo almost never loses a sprint, and she does not here, as Iona has the game's first possession. Amelia Gonzalez on the 4-5 side. Drifts inside 2 meters, well defended by Paige Nagel. Across the way to Sadie Salas, and that shot clangs off the bar. Salas not too far away, just missed the near corner.
No, and that's the shot that they were looking for. There were a lot of cross drives going on. That was a deliberate play, and it was just a little bit off the mark.
Marist on offense for the first time, and they've got the game's first power play. Amelia Gonzalez is out. Quick 6-on-5 for Marist. Kendall DeBeer, Rachel Dean, and it's Paige Nagel putting it in. Marist converts and takes an early 1-0 lead.
Such a gorgeous shot from that strong side as a righty. That's the angle you want. A great pitch and catch. Goalie thought she was going to the short side, but she ended up going far corner.
Another goal for Paige Nagel, sophomore out of Newport Beach, California. We believe she is Marist's leading scorer. And we say believe, Shannon, because Chris Vidal does not keep statistics for his team. He does not know who his leading scorer is, but when we spoke before the tournament, he said if I had to bet, I'm taking Paige Nagel, and she is definitely Marist's leading scorer here in this semifinal.
Yeah, every game that we've seen, anytime the ball hits her hand, she is a scoring threat.
Quick sub for Brian Kelly and Iona. Bella Marquecho in the pool wearing number 23, a talented freshman from Chicago. She's got it here, pressured by Ella Baumgarten. Trying to get it to Mia Tovar. Ordinary committed by Liana Hunt. 11 seconds left in this Iona possession, trying to answer Marist's opening goal. Tovar pitch and catch. Tovar's lob easily handled by Inez Sanchez. That's the kind of try every goalie wants, to touch the ball for the first time. But now, Marist commits a contra foul. Iona will dig it out of the goal, drift to 2 meters, and Sadie Salas will restart the offense. Marquecho. Power play, Iona. Kendall DeBeer out. Can the Gales come through on the 6-on-5? 3 goals for Kaya Hart yesterday. Marquecho at the point. Nagel swims over. It's Trujillo. Tovar. Her shot well high. Didn't get on top of the ball as Iona fails to take advantage of the power play.
No, she failed to catch that one cleanly. If it was clean, that would have been spot on to take that shot right there. But start over again. Get a couple clean, crisp passes before shooting it in on a 6-on-5. Use the clock.
Rachel Dean tends to lead the Marist offense. On the ball here, gives it up to Liana Hunt, a junior from Woodland Hills, California. A lane for Hunt if she wants to shoot from distance. Iona exclusion, Sadie Salas out. How quickly does Marist want to go in the 6-on-5? They won't get a chance to go quickly as they commit an offensive foul.
You can see how much Iona is respecting the presence of Ella Baumgarten. They have not let that ball go into set yet.
Molly Banks in the pool for Iona. Trying to find Marquecho at center. Right around Baumgarten, and Marquecho scores. Nifty move to the right. A lot of open water against Sanchez as Iona pulls level.
Incredibly powerful spin move. She catches Baumgarten with her hips down. She's able to manipulate Baumgarten's entire body, get that body positioning front and center, and whip it into whatever corner she likes.
29th goal of the year for freshman Bella Marquecho. Aggressive defending, Tovar on Dean. Now Shanae Carrington. Carrington, a 5th year out of New Zealand, one of Marist's top facilitators. Liana Hunt trying to swim by Addison Collins in off the Iona bench. Hunt spins left. There's the ordinary. 9 seconds left in the possession. And it's another Marist power play. Iona's press has led to 3 kickouts here in the first 3 minutes. Kaya Hart excluded. Hunt across the way for Dean, and it rattles off the post. Stays with Marist. Hunt gives it up. It's Kendall DeBeer at the point. It's Nagel, stopped by Morris.
Some really great pitches and catches there.
Trujillo using her lightning quick speed on the counter. Trujillo battling against DeBeer. Lost the handle. Marist denies the counterattack.
Wow, great job by Dean coming up from behind, ensuring that she didn't get a kick out, just kind of jostling the ball out of the hands of Trujillo.
An aggressive swim by Rachel Dean. Marist turns it over. Morris wants to pick out the counter. It's Trujillo in the middle of the pool. Dean has the mark. Mia Tovar. Surveying. Kaya Hart. Shot clock at 10. Here's Marquecho. To the center, Salas. And she draws the exclusion. Nagel kicked out. Iona power play.
Salas really working hard to get that positioning, twisting the defenders, getting them caught with their hands down.
Collins to Hart. Addison Collins. Trujillo up top. Will she shoot it from 6 meters? It's blocked in front. A Red Fox got a hand on it as Marist kills off the penalty.
What a great field block. Again, that is 6-on-5 defense 101. You get those hands up the entire time.
Aggressive defending here in the opening quarter. Hunt on the ball, going left around Collins. Fighting for inside water, she commits an offensive foul. Another Marist turnover.
This has been high octane, all gas, no breaks for these opening 5 minutes, but not a lot of rhythm. No one can really get anything going offensively.
Each team playing with so much energy defensively. Aggressive press and just contra fouls all over the pool.
Yeah, I mean, it's turning into a swimming meet, up and down and up and down. Save some of it for the second half.
I have to wonder if that favors Marist, the deepest team in the MAAC. They try to set up Rachel Dean at 2 meters, but Dean is smothered by 3 white caps. And back and forth we go. Just over 2.5 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Get the press. De Beer on Trujillo beyond half tank. Now Hunt swims up on Hart. Iona's got a power play. Victoria Padilla excluded for the first time, the junior from Commerce, California. Iona looking for their first lead, but Trujillo's shot is high.
Yeah, on a 6-on-5, it's still early. Don't just sit up there and pump fake. Get a couple passes in, set up a quick catch and shoot.
Sanchez must have got a fingertip on it. It stays with Iona. 5 seconds left in the man advantage, and Marquecho hits the post. Now the teams are at full strength. Padilla swims back in, but danger remains. A third chance for Iona. Will Salas launch? And she missed everything.
There is so much power behind these shots. You can just feel the adrenaline pumping through these athletes' bodies.
And as Sanchez and the Marist Red Foxes weather a barrage. Here's Shanae Carrington the other way, fouled by Trujillo. And now the point, Rachel Dean. Single-digit shot clock. Padilla for Baumgarten. Tried the backhand but lost the handle. Trujillo there to knock it away. That's good 2-meter defending by Marquecho, the primary guard.
Yeah, tremendous defense there. You really got to get the ball in front of the hole set. When it's up high like that, the defender is going to swallow it up.
Who can break through late in the first quarter? Addison Collins. And Iona turnover. What does Dean like on the counter? Hunt. Baumgarten swimming in front of goal. Off to the left to Beer. Now Shanae Carrington after the ordinary. Carrington looking for Baumgarten, but that's brave keeping by Morris to swim out and take it. Boy, Morris is way away from goal. A player has lost a cap. It's Tori Padilla for the Red Foxes. Here we go at the end of the first. Marquecho. She can shoot this. She'll center up, but won't get a chance to launch. Contra foul on Iona.
These teams are fighting tooth and nail just to get any sort of good positioning. The defense is not letting up an inch. It's just incredibly physical at this point.
Shot clock off at the end of the first quarter. And now Marist gives away possession.
This Carrington-Trujillo matchup is tremendous, so physical.
10 ticks left in the first. Is Iona content to let the period expire? Yes, indeed. 8 minutes in the books. High level defending. Tie game going to the second quarter here on ESPN+. Physical first quarter. The Iona Gales outshoot the Marist Red Foxes 8-3, but each team with only a goal to show for it because, well, the defensive intensity has been high.
Yes, both teams have been utilizing their aggressive defense even as time expired all the way back by the goal. Rachel Dean was not letting Iona get a shot off as time expired. The stakes couldn't be higher than they are today, and neither team wants to go home.
Saw that cap at the bottom of the pool. That's just how physical it's been. Victoria Padilla with her protective headwear, some 5.5 feet underwater in the McCann natatorium. Harris huddling up. They've struggled to get into their offense. A lot of that is due to the fact that Iona just plays an up-tempo aggressive style. Their press has just made it difficult for them to find Ella Baumgarten at center.
Yeah, they've tried to take away Ella Baumgarten, which they have done a great job. So Sinead Carrington has been trying to slide in there, but that one-on-one matchup of Carrington and Trujillo has gotten extremely heated, extremely tense, and they've taken her away at center as well.
These two teams know each other really well. It's the 54th meeting all time between Marist and Iona. The Red Foxes have dominated the series recently. They've won 5 in a row, and 21 of the last 22, including, as Shannon mentioned at the top of the broadcast, both meetings 2 weeks ago in the final 2 days of the regular season. But if we've learned anything in this tournament, it's that the playoffs are a whole different animal. You can go ahead and throw all that out the window. These are two evenly matched teams fighting for a chance to play for a championship tomorrow at 1 p.m.
Yeah, they certainly are. The mentality coming into any type of a postseason is that everybody is 0-0. You win or you go home.
Padilla's cap has been retrieved off the bottom of the pool, and now we get to watch the show. That is Lola Trujillo on a sprint. Shannon, she's lost less than 10 sprints in her 2-year career, wins 94% of these swim-offs. It's such a valuable weapon for Iona.
Yeah, that's just a phenomenal stat, and Coach Kelly refers to it as sneaking an extra possession in every single quarter. And what an advantage if a game is going to come down to the wire, as it probably will here today.
Trujillo just about automatic as Iona's got the first possession of the second quarter, and again, the defensive intensity is high. Amelia Gonzalez guarded by Paige Nagel. 8 seconds left in the Iona possession. Wide to Trujillo. Now 5 to fire. Trujillo skips it right into the chest of McKaylee Hansberger. The easiest field block she'll ever get credit for, as the Red Foxes take the ball for the first time in the second quarter. Samantha Bentley. Marist showing off their depth. Kaylee Brard from the second unit lost it in close. Great defending by Sadie Salas, as Brard had inside water there against Morris.
Yeah, I was thinking that may have been a exclusion coming.
This should be an exclusion. Hansberger just hit Mia Tovar in the face. And yes, indeed, the sophomore Hansberger is out. So Iona's got a power play. And Brian Kelly wants to take the ball out of the pool and set it up with a timeout.
Yeah, they've had a few opportunities in the first quarter on the power play opportunity, and they didn't really choose the greatest shot. Not necessarily that it wasn't the greatest shot, but the shooter held onto the ball a little bit too long. The advantage is when you have one more offensive player than a defensive player, swing it around. Try to make the ball come from the opposite side where the goalie is, and you can only do that by doing quick, clean passes.
Let's take a look at the defense of the Iona Gales. I mean, look at all of that open water. Brard against Morris in a wonderful defensive play. Salas on the right hand, some help from the left. Did not allow Kaylee Brard to get a clean look. And boy, what a microcosm of the way that this game has gone.
Yeah, certainly. You know, just little adjustments that you need to make. I think if Berard would have stopped maybe 2 strokes sooner and maybe done a little bucking, really try to draw that exclusion, she would have. But Salas did a great job of keeping those elbows up, keeping those hands up when she's swimming. Swim with those elbows and come in and swoop the ball away.
Samantha Bentley, Paige Nagel, Sinead Carrington, Rachel Dean, and Kaylee Brard in the pool preparing to defend a 6-on-5.
It's interesting the way that both of these teams, both of the coaches do their huddles. Marist a lot of times allows their players to take control of the huddle. The players talk first, and then the coaches come in and make any sort of adjustments. Coach Kelly and his staff, they're in there every step of the way. Let's see what they have drawn up.
Bella Adams, Lily Graham, Lola Trujillo, Bella Marquecho at center in the pool for Iona. On the 4-5 side, Sadie Salas. Now Kaya Hart. Skip shot finds its way past Sanchez. Iona takes the lead out of Brian Kelly's timeout.
Yeah, I think that got an unfortunate skip off of one of the defensive players. to kind of ricochet in, but what an incredibly powerful shot to have the momentum to do that.
Fourth goal of the tournament for the senior Kaya Hart. She's got 31 on the year. Red Foxes scored the opener when Paige Nagel struck on the game's first possession. And Marist has not been able to put one by Morris since. They'll have another power play. Lola Trujillo excluded for the first time. And Nagel scores again.
Again, that's what I'm talking about. These clean cross-pool passes, clean catch and shoot. Lily Morris tried to get over. She got her hands on it, but the lateral movement wasn't there because the catch and release was so crisp.
No hesitation. The Marist power play. Second goal for Paige Nagel. This game level at 2. Bella Adams. To the center, Salas. Great catch in traffic. Sanchez stops the backhand.
Wow, even really after trying to manipulate it to get a better handle on it. Such a powerful shot.
And now the counter. Carrington. Graham swims over to close it down. Up top, Padilla. Centers it up at 6 meters. Now to the whole set. Hansberger shot deflected in front. Trujillo and Salas come together. That sophomore tandem of Lola Trujillo and Sadie Salas, both natives of the Lone Star State. Big reason why Iona's back in the MAAC semifinal for the second straight year. Red Foxes get a steal. That's Shanae Carrington. Great awareness by Carrington, sliding in front of Lily Graham. The fifth year from New Zealand drives it. Who's on the other end of it? It's Padilla. A lot of space around Padilla. She rises up and puts Marist in front.
Could that have been a more perfect placement? What a gorgeous shot. Up top, pump fake, top corner. The way she gets out of that water, perfectly placed.
Chris Vidal digging deeper into his bench. Leela McCarroll in the pool, a sophomore from Laguna Beach. Kaylee Broad, Ella Baumgarten just got back in. Shanae Carrington remains on with Padilla and Nagel. Addison Collins returns for Iona. Caitlin Williams has the ball, the freshman from the Bahamas. Her first appearance in the semifinal. Trujillo, Williams, spins it off to the right for Bella Adams. Her shot kept out by Sanchez. Not a lot behind it. Easy save for Sanchez, but a quick Marist foul, and Iona's got another opportunity.
Yeah, that's a shame because that was such a beautiful save by Sanchez. Too bad they couldn't come away with the ball.
Marquecho, Trujillo. Into Marquecho, doubled. And she draws an exclusion. Kaylee Broad out, power play. How quickly does Iona want to go? Williams passes it off. Collins drifting into 6 meters. They're daring her to shoot. She'll fire, and Sanchez stops it.
And you see, this is not typical on a 6-on-5. Shanae Carrington was all over Trujillo. They did not want her to get the ball up top.
And Marist has smothered Lola Trujillo on offense. Now it's the Red Foxes' turn to play with a man advantage. Addison Collins is out. Power plays all over the pool. Red Foxes looking to establish a 2-goal lead. We're past the midway point of the second quarter. Carrington across the way to Nagel, who's already struck twice, making a hat trick. Paige Nagel puts Marist up by 2.
On that shot, you saw her bobble the ball a little bit, and you're like, oh, she's gonna put it back into play. She looks at her teammate, not even at the goal, and just powers it in.
A 3-goal run for the Marist Red Foxes after Iona took a 2-1 lead. Baumgarten smothers Marquecho. Williams, the freshman, won't get a chance as there's an exclusion. Now a power play, Leela McCarroll out. Kaya Hart drifts in, off to the right. Adams back to Hart. She'll shoot, blocked in front. Kaylee Berard, the field block. And again, Marist with the prompt giveaway after the defensive play, and the Gales can try again.
What a phenomenal stop by Kaylee Berard. She came into Marist as an attacker, but they've worked her into a defender. And again, second field block in a row. She is coming up clutch.
Berard goes back-to-back in front of Sanchez, who spots DeBeer on the counter. Kendall DeBeer, one-on-one against Lily Morris. DeBeer lobs it in. Marist extends the run.
What a shot. What great reaction to get back, get that counter attack going. Kendall DeBeer with the speed. She feels Lily Morris coming out, what to do, but up and over.
Inez Sanchez, Shannon, so good at starting those counterattacks. Put that ball right where it needed to be so DeBeer could keep ahead of Malia Penman and go one-on-one against Morris. Marist starting to assert themselves on offense. Trujillo fighting for space against McCarroll. Here's Amelia Gonzalez out high. That shot hits the post. Good look for Gonzalez, the senior. Now Marist with a chance to score 5 unanswered.
You can tell that Marist really had number 20 and number 18 circled on their game plan today. They have not gotten an inch to be able to get any good shots off.
Now a Gale player has lost their protective cap. What an intense first half here in the second semifinal. Iona back on the ball. Kaya Hart, one of Iona's goal scorers. Marquecho, the other. They try to get it to her. She's fouled by Carrington. It's an ordinary. Here's Trujillo. Gonzalez, single-digit shot clock. Tovar. At 6 meters, she shoots, and it's deflected wide.
Not a bad shot, but you had Sadie Salas floating out around the 5-meter shot center cage. I would have liked to see a little flick to her to try and get that shot in.
Padilla for Leela McCarroll. Shanae Carrington swims to center. Padilla at the point. Space around Padilla, and she makes Iona pay again. Second goal for Tori Padilla.
Iona has been strategic in keeping Padilla open on top. I don't think they're going to be able to do that anymore. Look at this incredibly powerful shot, perfectly placed in that upper corner.
A 5-goal run for the Marist Red Foxes.
Yeah, so many times we talk about this game being a game of runs. Marist certainly has the momentum, has the advantage in their home pool right now. In the last minute 17, Iona has got to stop the bleeding.
Gonzalez defended by DeBeer. Graham to the center, Marquecho, but the whip around is wide.
I think that may have been Berard again, right with a hand on it. I mean, it ricocheted somewhere from within the field.
McCarroll. Now an exclusion. Marquecho out. Marist power play. First time Marquecho has been kicked out of the pool. Can Marist keep the pedal to the metal? DeBeer, McCarroll, 4 seconds in the power play. It's DeBeer. Marist comes up empty. 12 seconds left at the end of the second quarter. Timeout. Brian Kelly. It'll be a power play. They got DeBeer for her second exclusion with the teams swimming back the other way. So Brian Kelly with his team down 4 recognizes the importance of the final 10 seconds of the quarter.
Yeah, I feel like DeBeer almost felt like she had no chance there because Amelia Gonzalez had a couple strokes on her. It would have been a one-on-goalie type of a situation if she let her go. Usually I don't like those away from the ball type exclusions, but maybe this could have been an exception with 10 seconds remaining.
Can Iona steal a little momentum at the end of the first half? Their leading scorer, Salas, gives it up to Graham. Back to Salas at point, but Sanchez is there for the save. And as Sanchez traps it right against her chest, as Marist ends the first half with 5 unanswered goals. The Red Foxes lead by 4 after 16 minutes of water polo in their home pool. Halftime on the banks of the Hudson River, the Marist Red Foxes with a 6-2 lead over the Iona Gales in this MAAC Championship semifinal. Let's take a look at how we reached this score line. Marist first possession of the game, they score on the power play. Paige Nagel beats Lily Morris. Very next trip down the pool, Iona would answer. Freshman Bella Marquecho pulls the game even at 1-1. Then no one would score for over 8 minutes of water polo until Brian Kelly got to clap for a Kaya Hart goal. That made it 2 on Iona early in the second. But then the Red Foxes figured it out on offense. A 5-goal run started by Paige Nagel. That tied the game at 2. Then Iona would leave Victoria Padilla too much space. She beats Morris in the near corner once, and she'll do it again later. But first, Paige Nagel's got to net a hat trick as she goes short side against Morris for her 3rd goal. Freshman Kendall DeBeer, after Sanchez fed her perfectly from goal, lobs it over Morris to put Marist up 5-2. And then, yes, it's a replay, but it's not a replay of the replayers. Padilla again in space with the final goal of the first half. This capped 5 unanswered for the Marist Red Foxes. They lead by 4 at intermission. 16 minutes left for Iona to get back in it. A berth in the MAAC Championship on the line here on ESPN+. The Marist Red Foxes have built a 4-goal lead in their home pool, trying to return to the MAAC Championship game for the first time in 3 seasons since they won it in 2021. The Red Foxes have lost in the semifinal round each of the last 2 years. Now the beginning of the half, Shannon, critical for Iona. If they can get a couple of goals off the opening sprint, it's a brand new ball game.
Yes, Marist has really done a great job of frustrating Iona shooters. They've been forcing their shots. It's not time to panic yet. There's still a lot of game left. Get the shots that you want and execute.
No surprise to see Lola Trujillo in the 3rd quarter sprint. See what Iona can execute with the first possession of the period. Trujillo has been smothered all game long. They are giving Iona's speedy sophomore no quarter. Tovar, 9-second shot clock. Carrington commits the foul. Tovar restarts to Kaya Hart. And Marist presses Hart. Iona's really gotten a taste of their own medicine with the Red Foxes press. Hart's try is nowhere close. And that's a good defensive stand for Marist.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Again, fronting that center position. They could not put the ball into the center at all, had to work it around the perimeter, and that really far shot was a result.
Chris Vidal going deeper into his bench. Claudia Lee in the pool for the first time, a junior from Palos Verdes Estates, California. Carrington trying to set up Dean, but she couldn't swim to the spot. Iona first to the ball. That's a stop for the Gales. Bad decision by Morris. Threw it right to Paige Nagel at half tank. It's a 2-on-4, so Nagel will slow up, wait for some teammates to swim back into the fray. And now Carrington at half tank flips it to Dean. And the Red Foxes are into their half-court offense. A halo around Dean. Lee on the near side. Draws the exclusion. It's on Amelia Gonzalez, her second. Red Fox power play. Liana Hunt. Rachel Dean had a lane for a moment. Marquecho took it away. Nagel. Hunt. Dean. Here's Lee. Looking for the center, but it's off the fingertips of Shanae Carrington. Good ball movement by the Red Foxes. Just didn't have much quality in the final third.
Right. And you saw them set up initially in the 4-2. They switched to that 3-3, get that triangle really nice and tight up top, but just went for naught.
Baumgarten all over Trujillo. Marist has switched up the defender on Trujillo, but no matter who's got the assignment, they have pressed her aggressively.
And it doesn't matter where she's in the pool either. If she's at the 5-meter mark or at half tank, they are pressing her and frustrating her.
Shot clock runs out on Iona. Marist has numbers. Dean swims in. Dean rises up and beats Morris.
I love the little head fake to the right, then go near side. She had great body positioning, cut to the center of the goal, so she had her pick of corners. Great skip shot.
First goal for Rachel Dean. First 2 years of the junior's career, she was a force off the bench into the starting lineup this season. When the year began for Marist, they had roles up for grabs really everywhere. Ella Baumgarten, Shanae Carrington, and Kaylee Brard were really the three whose roles were secure. Everyone else had to earn their minutes, and Rachel Dean has done that. One of Marist's top goal scorers. She sees a ton of the ball operating at point, and just scored Marist's 6th goal in a row. A power play here, Emily Shearer out. Iona badly needs to stop the bleeding. Kaya Hart. It rips high. And right now the Gales just can't buy one.
And this has been their Achilles heel on the 6-on-5 opportunities. They don't move the ball around fast enough. Somebody hangs onto the ball, pumps fakes, and allows Sanchez to get into place to make these fantastic saves, or they're just simply off the mark.
And remember, Iona had to play yesterday, earning their place in this game by beating LaSalle, whereas Marist got a bye by virtue of winning their division. Red Fox power play. Addison Collins' 2nd exclusion. And Chris Vidal will call a timeout. Talk about how aggressively these teams are defending. Well, Shannon, 4:37 to go in the 3rd quarter. That was our 15th exclusion foul.
Yeah, you know, they're playing super aggressive, super physical, and there's a lot of white water going on. So you see that there's a lot of frustration, a lot of choppy swimming going on, a lot of pulling and tugging underneath the water. And when you get stuck and caught with your hands down, that's when the exclusions come.
No surprise to see high energy in the semifinal. The Wagner Seahawks await the winner in the championship. They not only await the winner in the championship, they await the winner about 5 feet away from the water, all seated on the pool deck, up close to get a glimpse at who their opponent will be tomorrow. And Shannon, everyone in the MAAC, with how dominant Wagner has been over the last decade plus, chomping at the bit to get their shot at knocking off the Seahawks. LIU earned the right a year ago and scored the momentous upset. You know, both Marist and Iona want to be the very next one in an awfully short line.
Yeah, as we said earlier in the broadcast, I mean, you come into the championship tournament, everyone's 0-0, and you know, it's any given day you can force an upset. We saw it yesterday with Mountain St. Mary's upsetting the defending champs LIU. Mountain St. Mary's won their first ever postseason game. You know, any given Sunday is why you play the game.
6-on-5 for the Red Foxes. McCarroll's got some space. Trujillo got a hand on it. Here's Nagel. That one hits the bar. Good shot by Shanae Carrington. Team's back at full strength. McCarroll's skip is stopped by Morris.
Great save. Great job getting back into the action, getting some good, clean passes going. Trujillo went back to try to cherry pick a little bit, so Dean had to go back as to not allow her to counter.
Graham for Caitlin Williams. Finds a little space and scores. Nifty move by the freshman to get by Baumgartner and beat Sanchez.
Little bit of a spin move, grab the hip, go around the head. What a great across the face, around the head, cross bottom corner shots.
Iona's first goal in over 10 minutes. The Marist run halted at 6, and the deficit is cut to 4. Padilla, what a pass, and Padilla lobs it home.
She is on fire today. We saw 2 top perimeter, really powerful shots. Now we see she can get it done with a lob shot of her own.
How about Shanae Carrington dropping a dime?
Yeah, the pass was right there, so perfect.
Tori Padilla was named MAAC All-Tournament Team after her performance in the semifinal last year. Earned those honors in a win, in a loss against LIU. Making a case for some accolades in what she hopes is a victory. Marist back up 5. Williams in space. Good pass to Salas, but before she released it, there was an exclusion. It's on Kaylee Brard. So Iona gets a new 30 and can start the power play offense. That's the second exclusion against Brard. Gonzalez, Graham, Williams, tipped in front by Baumgarten. Well defended by Dean on the back of Williams.
Yeah, again, another 6-on-5 that goes for naught. Another one where it seems like they're forcing the shot to come when it's just not there.
McCarroll for Lee. Padilla was pulled under the water, an ordinary foul by Gonzalez. Across to the right, Carrington goes far corner. First goal for Shanae Carrington. A passer and a shooter. Marist by 6.
And what a great pass by Padilla. Carrington really had to extend herself to even clean that catch that cleanly, excuse me. And she was able, on the dissension down, to still power it in.
Early in her career, Shanae Carrington was looked at as a primary scoring option. She's transitioned into more of a facilitator role for Marist as an upperclassman, but she can still put them home when she needs to. The Red Foxes have found their groove on offense, iron unkind. Gonzalez not too far away, but it's held out by the post. Sanchez quickly sets up Carrington. She'll swim in against Trujillo, not looking at Carrington. It's Nagel, and that's the 4th for Nagel. Carrington could have shot it herself, but passed up a good look for a great one as Marist keeps pouring it on.
Are the Red Foxes in sync or what? I mean, these passes are just so precise. The communication with their eyes is there. Just incredibly powerful. They're just riding off of the energy of one another right now.
10-3 Marist. They've scored 9 of the game's last 10 goals and seem to be firing on all cylinders in their home pool. 1 p.m. tomorrow is the MAAC championship. For a long while in this league, it seemed like Wagner and Marist was inevitable each year, but Shannon, as we've learned this weekend, water polo in the Northeast and especially in the MAAC has been getting better and better, deeper and deeper. And there have been some upsets in this tournament the last few years. The biggest one in league history last season when LIU topped Wagner in the championship. A big one this year when Mount St. Mary's knocked off the defending champions in the opening round. Will it be a couple of stalwarts that play for it all tomorrow? If the Gales have a comeback in them, it's got to be now, and they need to be nearly perfect in the final 10 minutes.
Yeah, you never know what can happen. You just never give up. And it's so great to see the competition, the level of competition, just continually elevate in the MAAC, in the Northeast. You know, last year the MAAC expanded their tournament from 4 teams to 6 teams to give more athletes opportunities to compete in the postseason. What more can you ask for than an opportunity to play?
As much as the Red Foxes are in sync on offense, they've been really good defensively. Marist allowing just 3 goals. Kaylee Broad with a number of big blocks by committee, as it always is for Chris Vidal. Up and down his roster, relying on both starters and reserves. An aggressive Marist press has had Iona frustrated all afternoon long, especially Lola Trujillo, who's been the focus of the Marist scout. She has been hounded by players like McKaylee Hansberger, who's got the assignment here. Gonzalez. It's blocked in front. Tori Padilla got a hand on it.
Talk about success by committee. It's been tremendous to see all of these field blocks. We know how dominant Sanchez can be in goal, but it's not without a little help from her friends.
Took Marist a little while to get going, but now they are firing away. Carrington again.
She got that inside water, got the great positioning. It was a beautiful pass from Padilla, up and over. She was able to redirect it, kind of use her head a little bit to get better traction on the ball, up and over into that far corner.
All the momentum with the Red Foxes. And remember, this game was 1-1 after a first quarter in which neither team scored in the final 6.5 minutes of the period. Iona went up 2-1 early in the second, and ever since it's been a lot of that. The Trujillo shot is off the post, and Sanchez, great pass on the counter, and she spots Emily Shearer, but an offensive foul as the fastest player in the MAAC, Lola Trujillo, promptly got on top of Shearer. Now a 2-on-2, Marquecho. Fouled by Lee. Iona with only 4 players in the offensive end. Lob shot, tipped off the bar by Sanchez. Shot clock's off at the end of the third quarter. A dominant period for the Red Foxes. They had a 6-goal run at the end of the second into the beginning of the third. They've scored the game's last 4. Offensive foul, a Red Fox tugged the suit. I think they picked out McKaylee Hansberger, and now here comes Iona, Sadie Salas. Padilla tries to cut off the angle. Salas forced wide. Took her hand off the ball, and that draws a whistle. It's a power play for Iona. Claudia Lee is out, but Iona doesn't have enough time to take advantage. The third quarter horn sounds, and we go to the fourth with Marist in control. 11-3 Red Foxes here in the MAAC Championship semifinal. The Iona Gales trail the Marist Red Foxes 11-3 as we go to the fourth quarter inside McCann Natatorium. Barring a dramatic turnaround, it will be the Marist Red Foxes that will get a chance to slay one of their great demons, the Wagner Seahawks. 6 times Wagner and Marist have met in the MAAC championship, and Wagner has won all 6. The Red Foxes just moments away from setting up a 7th meeting. Wagner earlier today handled business against Mount St. Mary's. Credit to the Mountaineers for not only their win yesterday, but in the first half, they gave Wagner all they could handle before the Seahawks scored the final 2 goals of the second quarter. They went up 3 at the half and then put the game away with the first 2 early in the third. Wagner showed their mettle. Every starter scored. And Shannon, I tell you what, Marist is putting together a complete game here in their semifinal against Iona. If they bring this kind of fight tomorrow against Wagner, anything can happen.
Yeah, I mean, this game is highlight reel material, from the offensive powerhouses to the precise passes. I mean, talk about threading the needle to one another. Inez Sanchez has been fantastic in goal. Her lateral movement, making these incredible saves, getting help from the defenders, multiple field blocks. I mean, Marist has just been playing such phenomenal, well-rounded water polo.
And really all starting on the defensive end. Chris Vidal's focus on making sure that Lola Trujillo doesn't get free and beat them. She has been pressed up and down the pool, just absolutely hounded by dark caps. And that's made it difficult for Brian Kelly and the Iona Gales to get in a groove offensively. Trujillo goes 4 for 4, winning the sprint. And Iona's got the first possession of the 4th quarter. And the last 5 seconds of the end of the 3rd quarter penalty are killed off. Baumgarten bats it right back in the face of Gonzalez. Something Marist has done really well in this game, getting to the ball defensively. Brard with a number of field blocks. Very active hands for the Red Foxes. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Marquecho just dumps it away.
Iona's going to have to score early in the shot clock and score very, very often if they want to have a chance at this. They can't squander away opportunities and let the clock tick down like they just did.
See how Marist, which has played really fast, especially on counter-attacking opportunities, chooses to manage the clock here in the 4th quarter with a big lead. Baumgarten whistled for the foul. She thought she was the one fouled. And it goes Iona's way. Nagel just takes it away from Marquecho. Dean slowed her up, and then Nagel from behind. 4 goals for Paige Nagel, 3 for Tori Padilla. Shanae Carrington's added a pair. Can she become the 3rd Red Fox with a hat trick? Yes, indeed. Shanae Carrington scores. It's 12-3 Red Foxes.
Really great job cutting inside, using the momentum of her arm stroke to propel that ball up and over the head of Lily Morris. You see her take the ball underneath her, almost as part of her freestyle stroke, and then just lob it in, up and over.
Trujillo for Tovar. Mia Tovar, who's played in over 100 games for the Iona Gales. Great performance yesterday in the opening round. Could be playing her final collegiate water polo this afternoon. The center, Marquecho, whips it wide. Just about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter, and Marist remains firmly in control. Dean finds De Beer in space. Nagel knocked off her hands. De Beer keeps it with Marist. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Dean, 4 seconds, and Marist commits a foul at the 2-meter line. Counterattack, Tovar, one-on-one against Sanchez. And Mia Tovar scores.
One on goalie opportunity. Great job by Tovar anticipating that turnover, getting a few strokes ahead. Great pass. Continuing to get center of the cage and having her pick a corner. Sanchez got awfully big and intimidating out there as well.
Fourth tally of the tournament for the fifth-year Mia Tovar out of Portland, Oregon. Nagel and Hart doing battle at the 2-meter line. That's a good look for the center, Bentley, but before the shot, there's an exclusion foul. Mia Tovar is out. So wave away the goal, and Marist will start the power play. Dean, Nagel, and Paige Nagel puts another in the back of the net.
Again, it's just textbook execution, quick, crisp passes, work it around, get the goalie off kilter. Morris wasn't able to come over quick enough before Nagel powered it in. That's
5 for Marist, presumptive leading scorer again, Chris Vidal. Not only doesn't track statistics, doesn't keep them. Ask him who his leading scorer is, he's got no idea. Ask him what they shoot on the season. Shoulders shrug. All he cares about is the next play. They look for the good shot. They don't particularly care who shoots it. And he uses more of his bench, Shannon, than anyone in the MAAC.
It's really tremendous to have such a deep bench in a game that is so physically exhausting.
Iona's center is swarmed, no chance for Salas, and you see the frustration on her face as Marist swims away. Red Foxes have put the clamps on defensively, and once they started clicking with the ball early in the second quarter, it was curtains. How about 6 for Nagel, the sophomore from Newport Beach, California.
And just an absolutely gorgeous pass from Bentley. She was looking for one of the centers to be open. Nagel was able to get separation from her defender, cleanly catch it, and just really powerful shot.
Folks saying they thought Paige Nagel was snubbed, did not make an all-MAAC team. She's playing like someone who's got a chip on her shoulder for not receiving any accolades from the rest of the coaches. Remy Ikes draws the exclusion. Samantha Bentley out. Iona power play. Here's Ikes. Williams. Good look for Salas, but she threw it right into the water in front of Sanchez. Didn't have a good grip on the ball.
No, I think she was trying to hope for a bit of a skip shot there, but the wall of defenders and Sanchez gobbles it up.
Just past the halfway point of the fourth quarter. It's been all Marist here in the second semifinal. Brard. Padilla. Get the sense that Brard might launch. Yes, the lob shot kept out by Lily Morris.
Great read by Lily Morris on that one. Had to backstroke her way into that save.
Despite a 10-goal lead, Marist continues to press at half tank. Now Callahan Brown will swim away. Ikes drives to 6 meters, flips it to Lily Graham. 3 minutes remaining before the championship matchup becomes official. Williams, nifty move as Williams scores her second. A glimpse of the future in New Rochelle. Second goal for the first year from the Bahamas.
It's like deja vu all over again. Such a great spin move around the head shot to that far corner. Very high difficulty. She makes it look easy for the second time this contest.
14 goals this season for Williams. There will be minutes available for Iona next season, a senior-laden team. Now a number of those seniors will have the opportunity to return for their 5th year. Williams certainly making a case for a bigger role as a sophomore. Callahan Brown, freshman from San Diego. Shot at center, stopped. Williams, primary defender on McKaylee Hansberger. Hansberger, the number 2 center for the Red Foxes, a role that she was surprised Chris Vidal asked her to fill this season, but her coach saying as the year's gone on, she's really started to embrace being Marist' second center, something unnatural to her.
It's funny you say unnatural because that shot looked really natural to me.
Two minutes remaining. Chris Vidal takes time out. A dramatic turnaround from the first quarter, which ended 1-1. No goals in the last 6+ minutes of the period. Iona went up 2-1 with a Kaya Hart strike early in the second quarter, and ever since, that has been all Marist. 6 straight goals to the beginning of the third quarter, a 5-goal run late in the third to the start of the fourth.
And it's been their defense that has really powered their offense.
Josh Howard hanging out by himself. He grabbed a folding chair. He just moved it away from his team. A little live scouting as he will match up against Chris Vidal tomorrow. The Wagner Seahawks trying to get back to the NCAA tournament for the first time under Coach Howard. Chris Vidal looking to get the Red Foxes into the big dance for the first time since 2021. Marist taking advantage, beating VMI that year. Wagner did not compete in the 2021 season. The LIU Sharks did not get a chance to compete in the MAAC tournament, so that gave VMI a pass to the final. Marist beat Marist beat LaSalle in the semi. That got them into the championship against VMI, earned them the title. Shearer for Bentley, a lot of freshmen in the pool for the Marist Red Foxes, including this one, Callahan Brown. It's taken away by Lily Graham. So we'll look at the future of the Marist program. Can confirm it's not a lot of freshmen, it's exclusively first years for the Red Foxes here at the end of the fourth quarter. 90 seconds to play. Leah Preston in the pool for Iona. There's Williams right into the chest of Sanchez. Now let's see, did she draw an exclusion for the shot? Yes. Callahan Brown is out, so Iona gets a power play. Up top, Remy Ikes. Here's Malia Penman, her shot. Kept out by Sanchez, almost snuck past the sophomore. And now the counter. Kendall DeBeer swimming free. DeBeer's got strokes on the field. She gathers, she rises up and scores. An exclamation point for the Foxes.
I mean, she's fast, isn't she? She does that swim off. She got really close to Trujillo on there, which is the gold standard, but she was more than a body length ahead of any of those defenders, and the distance just kept coming.
See it again on the replay. No chance for Lily Morris. DeBeer confidently picking out the near corner. Marist back up 10. Oh, what a goal. Kaya Hart popping out of the water with the ball to rifle it past Sanchez.
She was getting physically guarded so hard this entire game. That one has got to feel good. She really popped out, got good distance away from her defender, and able to power it in.
Red Foxes just trying to bleed away the clock. 6-second differential. Middle of the pool, Alyssa Mullane. She'll take it to the side and sit on it. McCann Natatorium starts to come to life. 3 seconds on the shot clock. There's the violation, 4 seconds, all that separates Marist from the MAAC championship. A dominant effort. Marist with a barrage of goals in the second and third quarter. 6-0 run, 5-0 run, and a 15-6 win over the Iona Gales. The championship is set. Marist against Wagner for the MAAC title tomorrow at 1 p.m. We'll wrap it up with Chris Vidal after this on ESPN+.
In the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference.
The championship is set. The 2 top seeds, Marist and Wagner, will play for it all tomorrow at 1 p.m. following the Red Foxes' 15-6 victory over the Iona Gales. Chris Vidal joins us poolside. Chris, congratulations on the win. I think it's easy to look at the 15 goals that you guys threw in, but I thought really it was defense first for this victory. Your thoughts on the win?
I'm stoked. I mean, it's been a minute since we've been in the championship, and then it's been a minute for us just to be in this seat. So I'm stoked for the ladies. It's about them. So I'm excited that the score took care of itself. We talk about our culture, taking care of each other, supporting each other, having each other's back, and there was a lot of support in the defensive end, and the score took care of itself.
Chris, this game was 1-1 after a quarter. Iona went up 2-1 early in the second, and then it seemed like the switch flipped. You ran off 6 unanswered goals. What changed there early in the second quarter?
I mean, we're physical and they're physical, and I think we just got in a little game of splish-splash, so we had to stop that nonsense and just swim. And once we started swimming, we got into the offense, so things were able to happen. But we need to give ourselves a chance to get into the front court.
And so many times it seemed like your defensive stops led to those offensive gains. Kaylee Berard was phenomenal on defense. Talk about her play today.
I mean, I'm sure any sport, any team, every coach, organization wants a kid like that. I could tell her to run through the glass window right now, and she'd be like, only once? I could do it 2 times. So, I mean, she gives you everything, wears her heart on her sleeve, and I appreciate the work she does. But the kid is, she came here as a freshman as an attacker, and then she's leaving here as a defender. She will do whatever I tell her, so she's a great kid.
Speaking of players wrapping up their careers, I thought Shanae Carrington played like someone who didn't want to lose in this tournament today with some of the passes that led to goals and then scored 3 herself.
I mean, that's my day one right there. So, I mean, you can look at our text. I was like, I can't have you leave here without us fighting for a spot in the championship. So here we are, keeping some promises.
Got the Wagner Seahawks tomorrow. What kind of effort is it going to take to beat them and claim the championship?
I mean, that is a confident team. The evil empire's coming in, and hopefully get my Jedi skills on and see what we can do. But they're confident, they're talented, they have depth. They got everything on paper, and I think we do too. The different measure is they've done it a lot more, and the confidence is there, and you can just feel it when they walk in. It's that Rick James aura from Dave Chappelle.
Congrats, Chris. We'll see you tomorrow.
For sure. Thank you.
That's all we've got from here inside McCann Natatorium. We'll remind you that all games airing on the ESPN family of networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. For our executive producer, Harrison Baker, producers Nick Skidmore and Jack Darling, technical producer Mark Phillips, director Ryan O'Donnell, my broadcast partner Shannon Ventry, and all of our ESPN crew. My name is Jeff Brault, saying so long from Poughkeepsie, McQueen City on the Hudson. Marist knocks off Iona 15-6. This has been a presentation of ESPN.